You mentioned Jacoby Brissett. Brissett started for Tom Brady during the Deflategate 4-game suspension. He also filled in for Andrew Luck when Luck unexpectedly retired from the Indianapolis Colts. Both Jacoby Brissett, Kevin Stefanski talked about his experience, what he's gone through in the NFL, and how it will help him this year with the Browns.
It's been my situations throughout my career. Nothing that I'm unfamiliar with. Always being ready to go whenever my number's called, and that's the case in this point now.
At what point are you going to need more reps with the first team, since it looks like you're going to be the starter in week 1, potentially week 1 through 6?
I mean, we have a plan in place, and we believe in the plan, and we're going about the plan the right way, and and that'll come when it comes.
You're right, Tom. He's been in some different positions already in his young career. He has a very good way about him, as I'm sure you guys have noticed just being around him for a little bit. Very, very intelligent, a very good leader, has the ability to make plays on the practice field, help in the meeting room, be accountable throughout the weight room, if you will. He does all the right things.
And Hayden, when you talk about Jacoby Brissett, that's a guy that the Browns are going to need good things from, at least for as many games. It may be 6, heck, it may be more, but it's going to be 6 at least. Checking in, and we lost our connection with Hayden Grove out in Berea at Browns training camp. So Jacoby Brissett talking about how important that experience is. He's been a guy that's been called on to play in unexpected situations. We mentioned the Tom Brady Deflategate thing, as well as when Andrew Luck retired. So, Hayden, that experience has to make it so it's more of a mental thing and just being ready to go for Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, I apologize for the technical delay. But yeah, it feels like Jacoby Brissett has been there before. He's very confident in what he does. That's kind of what he explained to us today, that he basically said that so many people around him have confidence in him. Who is he not to have confidence in himself? So he's done this before. He's been in this situation, and he kind of just says that's the mark of his career, is to be ready to play like you're the starter, to feel like you're the starter, to prepare like you're the starter. So he has that confidence and that mindset that he's essentially the starter going into every season, every snap, because he literally is one snap away from playing at all times. So you're right. And Kevin Stefanski's right about the way he carries himself. He carries himself extremely well. He seems to be a very good leader. Seems to be a guy that people naturally gravitate towards. Has a really, really good kind of head about him. So I agree with everything that was said about Jacoby Brissett. I think he can come in and get the job done for 6 games, or should it be a little longer? Now,
if you want to look at Jacoby Brissett and things to be excited about as far as the Browns go, so when you're filling in for Tom Brady's skill set is pretty unique. Andrew Luck's skill set is pretty unique. Jacoby Brissett's skill set is more closely matched. And I'm not saying he's Deshaun Watson, but they do some of the similar things. So I would think this offense could potentially be a little more friendly to Jacoby Brissett and what he does.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I necessarily agree that he and Deshaun Watson have a similar skill set. I think that's kind of a generalization. I think Jacoby is more of your typical pocket passer, a guy that, just knows the game inside and out and kind of finds a way to, to get the ball in the right spots. Not a guy that's going to, necessarily light it up for you, but, he's going to move the ball down the field, give you an opportunity. So I think that Kevin Stefanski, his job is to, as it always is for anybody, is to cater your offense to what your guys do best. So they're going to run the football a lot. I expect a lot of play action. Maybe not as much zone read as you're going to see with the guy like Deshaun Watson. Not as much, lateral movement. But I expect a lot of play action, and I expect Jacoby Brissett to just make the right read, make the right decision, make the throw necessary. I don't think they're going to be a ton of spectacular wow plays from Jacoby Brissett, but that's not what they need. They need, to keep the chains moving, to get the ball down the field, let their offense, let their run first offense kind of take over while he's there.
And don't put your offense and your defense in a bad spot with turnovers. And that is something Jacoby Brissett does exceedingly well.